think is a fast riser. You know, he'll be talked about a lot. He's got lots of versatility. Is that the word I'm looking for?
That's what you're looking for,
That's what I'm looking for. He'll get lots of one-on-one opportunities. He'll be across from Julius Peppers. I think it's a really good draft for the Bears, and you'll be seeing lots of things from him.
Thanks, Cole.
Absolutely. Shane McClellan is a tough farm boy linebacker / DN type. I mean, he can rush the passer effectively. Mm-hmm. He can also drop him into coverage and cover some slower receivers, maybe some tight ends. I don't know. They drafted Brandon Harden, and he missed all of the 2011 season, I believe. And that's, I mean, how can you draft a guy like that when he missed with shoulder surgery? But they also drafted Alshon Jeffrey, who I predict being one of the best receivers in this draft because he's a big guy. He's got 4.8 speed. He's got unbelievable jumping ability. He's a great red zone option.
Hey, that bell seems like it's going a little early. We got a lot of time here on Sports Scene. Nick, I want to hear about the Bears.
All right, well, everybody already kind of touched on Shane McClellan, you know, drawing a lot of comparisons to Aldon Smith from Missouri, who played for the 49ers. But my big pick for the Bears is Alshon Jeffrey. The Bears already brought in Brandon Marshall this offseason. Their new GM's making moves. Now you bring in Jeffrey, another guy of immense size, great leaping ability, and huge, very strong hands. His stock dropped a lot because he was a little bit overweight this past season, and he didn't have a lot of good production this senior year, but what people tend to forget is South Carolina didn't have a quarterback. Steven Garcia and Steve Spurrier were fighting it out.
Yep.
There was nobody to throw him the football, so that's a great pick right there. And Chicago also made some smart moves by fortifying their secondary with their 3 final picks.
Alshon Jeffrey. Whoever thought a guy would have 2 first names? Drew, what do you got to say?
Definitely agree with you, Nick. Talking about the quarterback there, no quarterback, Steven Garcia, and then Brian Cox has no arm strength. So I don't want to talk about who they picked. I want to talk about who they didn't pick. In the mid-first round there, they took Shane McClellan. That wasn't the pick. That's not what the Bears needed in terms of, you know, what they need for their team. That made a lot of sense there. But last year, their season went down the drain when Jay Cutler got hurt. So a guy like the best offensive lineman in the class outside of Khalil, David DeCastro, or Riley Reiff are both there at that pick. And that was the most surprising pick of the first round, except for the Seattle pick that we'll talk about later. It didn't fit needs.
And they never addressed them.
It made no sense.
They never addressed those needs.
I guess the Bears didn't fit any of their needs. What? I don't know. Court, I'll be honest. I love the way you talk about sports and the Chicago Bears. I want to give you 5 points.
Oh, why? Thank you.
5. Again, half a 10. Anyways, it looks like we're going to the break on Sports Scene here. We'll be back. Take a look at those perfect pets.
Come and meet Mandy May, a 5-month-old pit bull terrier. She's always ready to play and has a spunky personality. This is Mariposa, a 1-year-old female with medium-length hair. She's already been neutered and is very sweet. Here's Clementine, a 4-year-old female domestic short hair. She's very affectionate and plays well with other pets. And this fine lady is Goldie, a 9-year-old Pomeranian. Nowadays, all she wants to do is snuggle and give lots of love.
To find out more about adoption for these pets or others, contact the Cooley Region Humane Society at 781-4014.
Oh, hey, we're back. Sorry, I see some guy out in the studio picking his goobers.
Oh, boy, Harry.
Anyways, hey, we talked about the NFC North. We forgot about the Detroit Lions, but you know what? They got a guy named Megatron on his team, and he's on the bad team. He's a Decepticon. We don't watch the Decepticons. We like the Autobots. Optimus Prime, you're my hero. Anywho, you know, there's a lot of people drafted in the draft, but the NFL draft, not the NBA draft or the military draft. I didn't even get drafted. But, you know, there's a lot of winners out there. What team and our players won? Nick?
Well, I think one of the bigger winners of the NFL draft was the Pittsburgh Steelers. Drew had already talked about DeCastro, the offensive lineman. Pittsburgh demonstrated they flat out know how to draft. They had needs on the offensive line, and they addressed them with their first 2 picks. David DeCastro, guard out of Stanford, rated as a top 10 prospect, a multiple All-Pro perennial type player. They got him late in the first round. Huge pickup, huge value pick. Then they come back and get Mike Adams, another massive offensive lineman out of Ohio State.
I hear he's got a drug problem.
Character issues, yeah.
He's got some character issues, but you know what solves character issues? Going to that Pittsburgh Steelers organization. I think he's going to turn out to be another great pro as well.
They got great muscle.
Incredible footwork and frame for a left tackle in the NFL, and after maybe a year of development, he's going to be a set-in-stone component of that line.
Thanks. Hey, hold on a second, Drew. I skipped over Cole. Cole, you go to town.
Okay.
All right.
I also agree with Nick. I got the Steelers as well. David DeCastro is going to be the next Alan Fenneca, maybe even better than Alan Fenneca. That was a great value pick for the Steelers at that point in the first round. Mike Adams is willing to, give up his signing bonus or delay it for 3 years so he can play as a sign of good faith to the Steelers because he did lie to them about smoking the dope.
Oh,
on the defensive line, they drafted Amadou Tamamu.
Tamamu?
Tamamu.
Those are the names
He's
I can't
350
say.
pounds, but he's a great replacement for the 34-year-old Casey Hampton. I think that's a great pick in the 4th round for him. And then they also have Chris Rainey from Florida, who is a Dexter McCluster-like character, and a versatile back. He can catch the ball. He can run the ball.
Hey,
Steelers got younger and faster.
they did. Drew,
Absolutely.
go to town.
Hey, fantastic, guys. Steelers are actually my second place team. I'm going to tell you about a team that I thought did better, actually. The New England Patriots. They addressed all their needs on the defensive side of the football. Bill Belichick's kind of got stockpiles draft picks later. He was moving up. I mean, from what I see, they're all in this year. They know that Tom Brady only has 2 or 3 years left being a primetime quarterback. So they're all in. They got Chandler Jones in the first round from Syracuse, then Dante Hightower, linebacker out of Bama. They traded up to get him. Tavon Wilson, free safety from Illinois, with tremendous range. And then they got Alfonso Denard, who might have been the steal of the draft in the 7th round, a cornerback from Nebraska. There was some character issues, but no questions about his ability. So I think the Patriots definitely won.
Courtney, blow my mind.
Blow your mind? I'll try to. Although I'm kind of hopping on the bandwagon with the winner being I'm going to pick the Colts. I know that they've been such a big team in the past couple years, and after Manning got hurt, they had the worst season that they've had in a very long time. Went out of the gate, were smart. I mean, who wouldn't pick Andrew Luck for their first-round draft pick? They didn't take their picks for granted either. I thought they were very smart. They took who was available, who they needed. They were smart. They got also Andrew Luck's teammate, Colby Fleener.
Colby Fleener.
He might have been a better pick for
You bet.
Possibly, yes. But so you
Safety blanket
definitely
for him.
got both boys from Stanford on the team. I think, you know what, the Colts could have, let's hope, a better year this year.
Let's not.
Well, just because I like horses, and horseback ride's one of my pastimes along with baseball and Budweiser. Court, I'm going to give you 10 points for this round. That's what the producers tell me. 10 points this round. Whatever.
Don't you like
10.
old style?
Half a 20. Half a what?
It should be old style.
Old style. Whatever.
Whatever gets you there, right here.
Whatever gets my head spinning, I say. That's what my wife always used to say. Hey, the Cubs have been winners. The Cubs have been losers. Well, guess what? The draft's got losers as well.
Does.
Yeah.
Don't they? Nick, I started with you last time, so I'm not going to start with you this time. Drew, losers?
Yeah, I'm not going to go with a team like I did for winners here, and I know most of you guys are probably picking a team, but the biggest loser, I picked Kellen Moore, the quarterback out of Boise State. I know he's 6 feet tall and he has a noodle arm.
small.
Guys, he won 50 games in college. How does he not get a shot somewhere in the 7th round? It blows my mind. A guy, all he does is win like that, and he doesn't get a shot. I know his measurables weren't the greatest, but the guy threw for 15,000 yards, almost 150 touchdowns, compared to like 20 interceptions. Had a rating of almost 170, which is off the charts. I know it's a little different than the NFL system, but how do you just not give a guy a chance like that? Maybe a throwaway pick in the 7th round.
The only thing I'll dispute back with that, Drew, is all of these guys drafted in the first 4 or 5 rounds, they've all been winners. They've all been playing
But
in
not
programs
like
that are successful.
not like this.
I know the supporting cast against.
And they were
I
playing
know the
well.
conference is lesser. He has all-time wins, and I'm not saying he should have gone in the first 5 rounds. That's not my argument at all, because I don't agree with that. But he doesn't get selected at all.
Mr.
I like
Relevant,
this. Keep
maybe.
talking.
Mr. Relevant.
You got to be kidding me. I mean, it blows my mind.
Case Keenum.
He'll get picked up.
There's another guy,
He
Case
picks
Keenum.
up sometimes.
I heard he got picked up by free agency.
By the Lions, who we didn't talk about. It's just,
Yeah.
it upsets me.
Keep talking. This is great. I need some more losers out of the draft. Because, hey, the Cubs haven't won a World Series in like 500 years. What?
Me, my turn from the losers? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Am I going? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with a team instead of a person. I'm looking at the Oakland Raiders. They didn't have a first or second round pick because they traded up for Carson Palmer. But their defense was 27th last year, and then they took an offensive lineman right away.